Hello everyone, my name is Eliezer and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw Bart Simpson in a pretty simple way, I feel like. So to start this drawing out, you want to start by going to the top and kind of drawing a straight line down like I have here. It's going straight down. I end up going back and redoing the height of that line because I feel like it's a little bit too long between the top of his hair and his eyeballs, so I go back and change it a couple of times. But yeah, that's what you want to start with, and then from there I kind of go on to the little eyelid part of his eyeball, the part that kind of sticks out to the left, and from there you can kind of just go in and start doing the rest of it. So as you see here, I'm then adding the eyeball, which is literally just a perfect circle. You have two of them, and what you do, or what I like to do, is kind of make a Venn diagram with the two circles, and once you have them both there, you just go back and erase the overlap of the first circle that you drew, because it's to give the illusion like the second circle that you drew, or the second eyeball, is in front of the first eyeball that you drew. So you just go ahead and erase that overlap. Alright, so for this drawing too, I decided to draw the eyelids as well to kind of give Bart a more relaxed look. So as you can see there, that's what I'm doing, just drawing two simple lines from the top part of the eyeballs just to show the eyelid, and then you just add a couple of dots for the eyes pretty much. And I just had them, I had the one towards the right kind of a little bit more to the more towards the right, and the one towards the left a little bit to the center of the circle, to kind of just give the impression that he's looking at the viewer. Alright, next you have the nose, which you kind of just draw towards the bottom of the second eyeball that we drew, and it just comes out, it hooks a little bit and then comes right back in, but when you go back in, it's not quite as long as when you went back out, so just keep that in mind. I kind of went over it a couple of times here because I felt it was a little bit too long, so I just kept going over it until I got a length that I thought was just right. Alright, now what you have to do for the mouth is you kind of just follow the line where we left off with the eyelid part, and you kind of just continue it there, and you kind of go out a little bit in like a bell shape, and then just come to about the edge of the second eyeball that you drew, and that would be his mouth, and you're going to add that little line there just to show the corner of his lips. Alright, now for the bottom part of his mouth, what you kind of want to do is you want to look halfway between the mouth that we just drew, and the bottom part is going to be a little bit after that, and then you're just going to draw a line a little bit after that and stop as well, so we can connect it to the neck. And the neck is just going to go straight down from that line. This isn't a full body picture, so I just stopped at the neck and curved it at the bottom there, because this is just a head shot. And once you have that, I just went back up on the other side to complete the neck, and then you stop there and draw a little circle there for the ear. And to get the ear detail, all you do is kind of draw a sort of distorted T shape. Alright, we're in the home stretch of the drawing now. All we have to do is complete the hair and the back of the head, pretty much. So I ended up shortening the line a little bit more for the head because I once again thought it was a little bit too long. And from there, your goal is to just make a bunch of triangles that are about the same length and size and all that, and just kind of work your way to the back of the head. I messed up a little bit here, so I went back a little. And then just for the back of the head, you're same thing like with the mouth that we did earlier. You're kind of just connecting it to where you think those lines would meet. Alright, here I'm just touching it up a little bit, erasing some parts that I felt shouldn't be there. But at this point in the video, I start going in and coloring. So if this is all you needed, you can click off. Thank you very much for watching. But I'm going to talk about the color for a little bit. So I didn't color pick this time when I drew Bart this time. So what I did instead, I just looked at a reference picture and I just kind of tried to match the color. And what I saw first was I was just going to a generic yellow, but then I realized based on the picture that it was a little bit more orange, so that's kind of what I selected there. And then from there I'm just filling in all of the skin tones. And I've been doing this recently with my digital art, where I'll go ahead and kind of create swatches on the right side of the colors that I use, just in case I need to color pick them again. And the reason I did that shade of yellow there is for the shadow, of course, because you can't just really use black to show a shadow all the time. It really depends on the color, and it's just a darker shade of that color. Alright, from there, for the shadow, just following the reference, it was kind of just along the back part of his head, so that's kind of what I colored in there. I drew a line to just make the coloring process a little bit easier. And this is my first time using the select tool because I'm a little bit new to Procreate, so I'm not used to these tools, but I feel like I kind of got the hang of it so far. And so yeah, I just go ahead and start doing the shadows for the eyeballs as well. It's also important when you're coloring the shadows to think about a light source. So in this case, if the shadow is going to be on the left side of his head there, that means that the light source would have to be towards, or I'm sorry, the right side of his head. Then the light source would have to be towards the left of his head to kind of just give that realistic impression. So all the shadows are going to be going to the right, except for one that I do later on, which is to just show that, once again, that second eyeball we drew is in front of the first eyeball we drew. There it is right there. And same thing here, I just used a darker shade of white, so I just used a gray for the shadows. I didn't use black again. And I'm going to use the same color that I used for the first shadow on the eyelids as well, and just follow the pattern I had for the shadow of the eyes. Alright, and there you have it. Basically, that's how you draw Bart Simpson. Please leave a like, comment if you liked the tutorial. I'm gonna try and do a better job next time. Always trying to improve, so let me know what I could do better. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good one.